Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Ali Maths Blog. So my dear student, today our question is if a plus 1 over a whole to the power 2 is equal to 3, then find the value of a to the power 96 plus a to the power 90 plus a to the power 84 plus a to the power 78 plus 1. So student, in this video I will tell you how to find the value of this algebraic expression from this equation. So my dear student, in this question our given that a plus 1 over a whole to the power 2 is equal to 3 and we have to find the value of this algebraic expression. So my dear student, left hand side of this equation here is a plus 1 over a whole to the power 2. Okay. So student, to simplify LHS of this equations we have to apply this formula. Okay. And after applying this formula on LHS, then the left hand side will becomes a square plus 2 into a into 1 over a plus 1 over a whole to the power 2 is equal to 3. Okay student. So my dear student, on the left hand side again we have to write a square plus, so my dear student, if you simplify LHS of this equation, so we can write in here a square plus, so we have to cancel a from numerator and denominator, then we get 2, so we have to write in here 2 plus, so student, if you simplify 1 over a whole to the power 2, then you get 1 over a square is equal to 3. Okay. My dear student, after that we have to transpose 2 from left side to right side. Okay. So on the left hand side we have to write a square plus 1 over a square is equal to 3 minus 2. Okay. So student, after that again we have to write a square plus 1 over a square is equal to 1. Okay student. So my dear student, to simplify LHS of this equation, so we have to find the LCM of 1 and a square. Okay. So we have to write LCM of 1 and a square in the place of denominator. Okay. So student, the LCM of 1 and a square will be a square. Okay. So we have to write a square in the place of denominator. Okay. And in the place of numerator we have to write, so student, if you divide LCM by 1, then you get a square. Okay. So if you divide a square by 1, then you get a square. So we have to multiply a square with a square. So we can write a to the power 4 plus, so if you divide LCM by a square, then you get 1. A square over a square. Okay. So if you divide a square by a square, then you get 1. So we have to multiply this 1 with 1. So we have to write in here 1 is equal to, again we have to write 1 on the right hand side. So student, after that we have to apply the cross multiplication rule. Okay. So after apply the cross multiplication rule on this equation, so we can write on the left hand side a to the power 4 plus 1 is equal to a square. Okay. So student, after that we have to transpose a square from right side to left side. So then the left hand side will becomes a to the power 4 minus a square plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. So student, this is the equation number 1. Okay. Now we have to multiply LHS and RHS of this equation by a square. Okay. So on the left hand side we have to write a square into a to the power 4 minus a square plus 1 is equal to, on the right hand side we have to write 0 into a square. Okay. So student, on the left hand side we have to multiply these 3 terms by a square. Okay. So on the left hand side we can write from this algebraic expression a square into a to the power 4. So my dear student, if you multiply this algebraic expression with a square, So we get a square into a to the power 4 minus, so again we have to multiply this a square with a square, and so we can write in here a square into a square plus, so here is plus sign, so you have to take plus sign. Okay, and in last position here is 1, so if you multiply a square with 1, so we can write in here a square is equal to, on the right hand side, if you multiply a square with 0, then you get 0, so you have to write in here 0. So student, to simplify LHS of this equation, so we have to apply the formula a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. So this formula we have to apply on the LHS of this equation. So student, if you multiply a square with a to the power 4, then you get a to the power 6 minus, so we have to write in here a to the power 4 plus a square is equal to 0. So this is the equation number 2. So my dear student, now we have to add equation 1 and 2. So we can write in here a to the power 4 minus 8 square plus 1. So and LHS of this equation is a to the power 6 minus a to the power 4 plus a square. So we have to add LHS plus LHS. Okay, so we have to write in here a to the power 6 minus a to the power 4 plus a square. So my dear student, we have to add LHS plus LHS of this both equation. Okay, so this left hand side plus left hand side. Okay, then you get this type of terms. Okay, and so here is right side, here is 0 and of this equation, and here, so right side here is 0 of this equation. So on the right side we have to add 0 plus 0. If you add RHS plus RHS of both equation, so we have to write in here 0 plus 0. Okay, plus a to the power 4, here is minus a to the power 4. So we have to cancel a to the power 4 and here is minus a to the power 4. So student, so here is also minus a to the power a square and here is plus a square. So we have to cancel minus a square plus a square. So on the left hand side we have to write a to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0 plus 0. So you have to write 0 on the right side of this equation. So student, to find the value of this algebraic expression, so we have to use this algebraic equation. Okay, so student, in first two terms the difference of power is 6. Okay, so student, now we can take common a to the power 90 from first two term. Okay, take common a to the power 90 from first two term. Okay, so we have to write inside this bracket a to the power 6 plus 1 plus, so here we can take the common a to the power 78 from second two terms. Okay, so inside this bracket we have to write a to the power 6 plus 1. So here is plus 1, so you have to write plus 1. Okay student, so my dear student, the value of a to the power 6 plus 1 is 0. So we have to put the value of a to the power 6 plus 1 in this algebraic expression. Okay, then we are able to find the value of this algebraic expression. Okay, so now we have to put the value of a to the power 6 plus 1 in this algebraic expression. Okay, so we can write, so after putting the value of a to the power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0 in this algebraic expression, so we can write in here a to the power 90 into 0 plus a to the power 78 into 0 plus 1. So student, so if you multiply 0 with a to the power 90, then you get 0, plus if you multiply 0 with a to the power 78, then we get 0 plus 1. So my dear student, if you add 0, so student, here is 0 plus 0 plus 1. So the result will be, if you add 0, 0 and 1, then you get 1. Okay student, So my dear student, our result is 1. So student, the value of this algebraic expression will be 1. So my dear student, our answer is complete. If you like this video and if you like this trick, so please support me and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.